Hello, hello. Hello, everybody, and thank you for waiting for me. You've got to... Whoa! Yeah, so what you've got to do is really bless the free Wi-Fi at the security event. It is now working, so let's get rolling. My name is Kevin Baldwin. I'm the head of marketing at Wavestore, and before you all run away, I am not going to stand here and do a product demo. It's going to be about a theme of which our product links into. So I will press on. So when I was preparing for today, I was thinking, well, what shall I talk about was the main thing. and when I was sort of like taking a step back and thinking about security, the industry, the world in which we operate, what sort of struck me is we've been talking about integrations for 20 odd years. You know, and I guess to be a bit more uncomfortable about that, I think we've been doing the wrong thing talking about integrations for 20 years. And bear with me while I go into explain. So if we're honest, integrations are fantastic. They provide a short-term fix, but sometimes they fall over. Things don't work together properly, and there's a lot of cost in the maintenance of an integration. And this is something that, as an industry, we've modeled into our day-to-day lives, that there's going to be some overhead to manage integrations. So what if we stopped integrating things? What would happen? So a bit of audience participation. What is this? Any takers? So to me, this is yes, exactly that. This is what an iPhone would look like if left to the security industry for the last 20 years. We've become experts at making things join together and work. So here we go. We've got a phone, we've got a keyboard, we've got some sort of power supply to it. We've got a camera, we've got a music player. Fantastic. But where other industries have sort of thought about converging and unifying things slightly differently, we've persisted with integrations and bolting siloed systems together. So when I think about integrations, I think about multiples of systems all joined together with a link that could break at any second. So, but why are we doing it? We have data that's sat in different sort of fragmented systems. The integrations allow data from one system to another to convey, but it's not total understanding. It's not total context. As we mentioned previously, the connections between these data points can be brittle. There's an overhead to look after them, and then sometimes there's people out there that want to charge you lots of money for things that, well, if it was unified in a way where you could get to all the data you wanted, you wouldn't have to be locked into a certain vendor and stuck to their upgrade path and forced to pay their SUPs or AUPs or whatever we want to call it over the next few years. So at the minute, the industry is designed to try and lock us into proprietary tools. So what I have found in my time working in security, I mean, I've been working here 3 years now, so I'm a youngster in relative terms to a lot of people in security, is that, the industry is full of fantastic and brilliant problem solvers. And the problem isn't technology, it's more to do with, I guess, the architecture and allowing our talented problem solvers to solve problems in an unrestrained way. So here we go. So when I'm talking about integration and why I think we've been doing the wrong thing, I guess this is the pathway I'm seeing. So integration, it's been connected after the fact. You've designed things in silos. Hey, I've got a great VMS. Hey, cool. Why didn't you make it work with the access control? Yeah, cool. We can do that. Oh, I'll put those alarms in there. Yeah, cool. We can do that too. But then you're currently, pivoting your chair between 3 different screens and 3 different windows. And whilst it may feel like it's together, by design it's still fragmented. And as we know, it can be complex to maintain. But if we were to start with a blank piece of paper, we know that there's all this cool stuff out there and we want it all in one thing, so let's unify it. And what I mean by unification is we build it as one from the start. The architecture is built to scale. And more than anything, it's simple to scale. So we don't want to be building in complexity. Complexity equals friction, which equals lost opportunities for people to create value. So, like I mentioned at the start of the presentation, I work at Wavestore, and we have a unified security platform. But what do we mean by unified? So the three pillars to us, it's all about having your situational awareness in one place. And I've used a little acronym there, 5 W's and 1 H. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. It would be great to sort of pick up those things. The way that you have, obviously you've got lots of hardware that's generating data, so you want that data to be structured in a simple, clear way that's accessible for you to do what you want with it. And above all, if you've got hardware that creates structured, clear data, you want to have something that looks fairly cool and is easy to use, very intuitive, and people can work their way through it. It's always got to be up to date. It's always got to be improving. So at Wavestore, that's when we sort of step back. And what would it look like if you built it properly from the ground up? So this is the only bit of product pitch I'm going to do in today's presentation. You've got to come to our stand, which is just there, F118. So Wave Fusion is our unified security platform where we integrate, well, I say integrate, banned word, where we unify access control, video, and alarms and automations. So let's highlight a little bit about how it works and why now? Why does the current environment suit unification? And when you look out and about in other industries, cloud has been a bedrock of platforms for so long time. I mean, we bank via the cloud. We do our shopping via the cloud. We've got a cloud-native infrastructure that's there for us with latent capacity for us to take advantage of. With our data, we've become very, very good at structuring data. So with Wave Fusion, we've looked to use GraphQL as our data basis. What I've learned about GraphQL is that it is really structured. It's also very easy and fast to query. So if you look at the UI and you're not getting what you want out of it, what you can do is query your data via GraphQL, and you can build a custom dashboard. You can build a custom interface. In previous incarnations of security products that have used GraphQL, I think you'll find that WeWork and Amazon, their in-house built access control platforms are actually GraphQL query engines. And the really cool thing is if you have structured data, you are unified, you have everything there in a clean and organized manner, it lends itself to AI. So what I mean by that is you can connect it via MTP to your LLM of choice, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT. These are features that, if the mere head of marketing can sort of think about it and test it, someone who's a proper geek can really do it justice. And I know that our geeks in Canada are working on connecting an LLM to this data engine as well. So unification, one source of data, clean data, is just, it's the opposite of the integration world. You're not relying on a connector. It's there for you to use and take advantage of. So what happens here? When we talk about unification, what are we really unlocking? And we always frame benefits in security for our end users and the people in the middle, the integrators and partners. I was on a panel earlier thinking about what the integrator of the future would look like. And the conclusion was forward-looking integrators would be those that don't just win a project, install, and leave. The winning integrators will be the ones that can form a long-term commitment to their customer for 3 to 5 years minimum. And being cloud-based, with an open API that's always up to date and always evolving, and with a data set that you can use to your heart's content, the opportunities there to form those long-standing total life cycle relationships. It's no longer a project win, it's a life cycle win. For the end user, the benefits are fairly obvious. If you're not having to swivel between 3 different systems to look at your access, your video, and your alarms, it was generally all in one place, and it's all good to go. There's just less friction in the data, and less friction for training your people. If you have to take people away from looking at the security, that's an opportunity for something to go wrong. So if it's intuitive and people are there, easy to pick up, one screen, there's a way that they can work really efficiently, and the context sort of travels with them. But the reflection I've had from today is not just from an end user or an integrator and partner perspective. It's actually thinking, at what point? At what point do we bridge into something else? The interesting thing for me is that we've got an opportunity to shape new business models. So we talk about recurring revenue, we talk about this, we talk about that, but with data structured in a consistent way, there's nothing stopping anybody forming an add-on or a service or getting involved. So security has the chance to no longer be seen as a cost center. That grudge purchase. Oh yeah, we best get the access control sorted. We need to stop people going through the door, or we need to keep an eye on who's coming in. The data from our security sensors, so our card readers, our controllers, our video, our video analytics, it becomes data points that other areas of a business would be really, really interested in. So if you're in retail, you can think about how people move around a store. If you're in logistics, you know the mapping of the warehouse and how far people have to go to get certain items. It becomes a tool that enables operational excellence. It helps you improve customer journeys, and it helps with marketing. So security is no longer a hardware grudge purchase. It's actually an enabling it's an enabling set of data that other departments can use and create value from. So the budget owners change, and there's different conversations to be had. So, in conclusion, there's a very swift presentation as we're going through. In my personal view, the future won't be defined by those who connect the most systems. It's not about that integration per se. It's going to be won by those who create the most understanding, and it's through the unification of all of our technologies. Stop thinking of security as different siloed systems. It's from that unification of having a unified security platform that can help so many people and so many stakeholders win. That's where it's going to shift in the future. So that's it from me. As you probably heard earlier, my name's Kevin. I'm at Wavestore. You will see us over there if you want to have a catch-up chat. But does anybody have any questions? No? Thank you very much. So have a good one, guys.